Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 6.10, the advantages of Java. This is the last and final concept in Java basic spool also. Already in the previous chapters I explained the superiorities or advantages of Java indirectly. In this concept, let us discuss all these advantages as a list. The first one is Vora. Vora means write once and run anywhere. In the previous concept, I explained it in detail, very illustratively. Here, you have to understand the term anywhere. Anywhere means any platform which supports Java. That means once you write a Java program, it can be executed on any platform which supports Java. This is possible because of the two level processing. One is compilation. Compiler converts Java source code into bytecode. Bytecode is not the machine code, it is an intermediate code, and that intermediate code or bytecode is converted by interpreter or JVM into object code, which is executed on the processor and gives result. This point already explained to you. And Java is integrated into all major operating systems, and it was built into all popular web browsers, and all these web browsers place it virtually on all PCs which are connected to internet. And one more thing, Java was built into all consumer electronic devices like fridges, washing machines, smartphones, micro ovens, etc. and all that. In that way, the Vora, write once and run anywhere characteristics brought a unique speciality and a capability to Java, and it makes a distinct language from other languages, other programming languages. The second one is security. Security means you have to understand the preventive measures from damage, theft, or corruption of data or system. Actually, Java language as well as Java platform, from the ground up, they focus on the security measures. Without security, whatever may be the valuable thing, its value is undermined, especially in programming and all that, in software systems. Security is the vital factor. That's why Java from the inception, while developing language as well as platform, it focuses on security. For your information, the versions 7.0 and 8.0 versions, most features focus on security measures, strengthening the security of Java. They focus on that. In the previous concept that phases in Java project development also, I explained one point. That point is bytecode verifier. Once class file is loaded, that means bytecode is loaded, a bytecode verifier is there. It verifies the contents of the code and whether there are any untrusted elements or not. In the same way, a downloadable code is to be run on our system and all that, and it may be untrusted. We are downloading some untrusted code, but we can run it on a trusted environment. In that way, Java from the ground up Java language as well as platform focusing on security. Every time, version to version, it strengthens the security measures provided by the Java. That you have to understand. And third one is, this is a network oriented programming language. Actually, Java is known as Internet General Purpose Language as well as Internet language. So, from network, it can download many elements, and it can develop network oriented programs, applications using a client server approach and all that. In client server model, it can use network oriented applications, and at the same time it can develop network oriented applications and creates a great strength to the language. That is, third one is network oriented programming language. Fourth one, dynamic and extended. Actually, Java at the runtime, it can download classes from the web through the network. Actually, in Java, the building blocks are classes. So, it can download the classes dynamically at that runtime. Whatever classes it requires and all that, it can send a query, and the class is available and all that. It can download it and made it part of the program, and it can get the services of that. So, in that manner, depending on the requirement of the program and all that, it whenever a set of new classes are required, at the runtime, the corresponding classes can be downloaded and dynamically downloaded and utilize the functionality of that. By that, Java programs are dynamic, because dynamically, whenever, dynamic means in this context what you have to understand, whenever they require, at the time of execution, that what you call runtime. At runtime, we are Java system sends queries for availability of the classes and downloads it and utilize them and extend its functionalities. That's why we can call it as dynamic and extendable programming language. The fifth advantage is internationalization. Actually, all other languages uses either 7-bit or 8-bit character set. 7-bit character coding scheme is ASCII. 8-bit character scheme example is FCDIC. Most other languages, they use the character set of 7-bit like ASCII or 8-bit like FCDIC. Because of these character coding schemes and all that, they can support either English and European languages. What about other written world languages? There are hundreds of written world languages. So, these languages, these programming languages cannot support the written languages of non-European, non-English. For that purpose, to achieve internationalization, from the ground up, Java developers focused on a different scheme which can code all world languages. For that purpose, they have taken the character set of Unicode Unicode means you can understand a universal code. This is a coding scheme. It uses 16-bit character. 16-bit means here 2 to the power of 7, totally 128 characters it can support. This one 2 to the power of 8, 256 characters set it can support. As far as this is concerned, 65,536, that is 2 to the power of 16. This many characters it can support. That many unique coding patterns are available because of 16-bit. That's why coding schemes can be developed for all world written languages. If you see the Unicode website, you can find that for all Indian language written languages or popular languages, you can find the coding schemes for that. In the same manner, Chinese, it is having a big around 10,000 symbols are there in that language, Arabic languages, and for all of them also it is providing coding schemes. That is the power of Unicode. By that way, by adopting, by taking this Unicode as a base, then Java can support the character sets of the all world written or major or popular world written languages. That's why this characteristic internationalization is adopted in Java. And the sixth one, performance. Actually, from the beginning, many times I explained here, because of for achieving platform independence nature, or this VORA, simply called as VORA, Java adopted two-level processing. One is compilation, by that bytecode is generated, and second one is interpretation, by that object code is generated, which is executed by a processor, and results are generated. Here one thing is there, compilers work faster because at one shot they translate entire thing into corresponding code. As far as interpreters are concerned, they are normally slow. You know that the basic reason is compiler takes entire source code and converts into the corresponding code. But as far as interpreters are concerned, they take one by one instructions and translates. However, all interpreted languages were originally they are slower comparatively with the other languages. But from Java developers, from the beginning, they are focusing on this thing. Version to version, they are reducing the overheads and improving the speed of execution and all that. Subsequently, because of the introduction of sophisticated JIT, just in time compiler and all that, the speed of the execution is very much improved. Originally, the Java is much slower than C, C++ programs and all that. Because of many measures to improve the speed and reduce the overheads and all that, now as on the day, Java programs are executed as much speed as C and C++ programs are executed. Okay, and this is programmer's efficiency. Actually, whatever may be the features of the language and features of the platform, if it is not convenient, if it is not user friendly, friendly means here we have to understand programmer friendly, it never become popular. So programmers, human element cannot be eliminated. Programmers should love it, trust it, and use it. Then only it will become popular. As far as programmers, Java programmers are concerned, they love the programming because if they work on earlier platforms like C, C++ and all that, they really enjoy the smartness of the Java language because it provides big library, huge library. As I explained to you, every version to version, it introduces many classes and other components and all that. Within a span of almost 2 decades, 20 years, 8 versions it introduced. With each version, it introduced new invention, new innovation, new classes and all that. As on the day, 4,000 plus ready-made classes are being provided by Java API, and because of that, almost whatever you want and all that, for everything ready-made elements are available. All these ready-made elements are readily, they can be used readily, and those are very efficient, and programming is a fun. Most things are readily available. So actually program development means you have to develop everything from the scratch, but once you tune up to Java programming, and you know the resources of Java and all that, you never feel that it is developing from the scratch. It is like assembling. So you feel like a hardware engineer. Actually, software in Java programmers, they feel like hardware engineers because they find components, ready-made components. What hardware engineer does? After a hardware engineer procures several components from the market, assemble them, configure them, and develop a system. In the same manner, Java programmers, most things, the ready-made things they buy, they assemble them, configure them, ultimately they develop systems. So they can develop systems very fastly, and the cost of the project development will be enormously reduced. That's why they love programming. Because of that reason, 20% of the world programmers are Java programmers. The figure is steadily increasing, steadily increasing, and in-demand technologies also. If you take the top 10 in-demand technologies, Java stood in the first place, and popularity-wise also, Java stood in the first place. So, because of this, the efficiency of Java programming. So, these are the main advantages, and there are many other advantages also. As I told you, this is the last concept for this chapter as well as for Java basic pool. In this context, I have to tell you one thing. Immediately after this module, we are entering into Java chapter zone. Then the essential prerequisite to master Java programming and all that, you must know there are around 70 plus concepts in Java basic pool. You study each and every concept and own them. Own them. They help you a lot in understanding the elements in Java chapter zone, and they prevent your future doubts. A doubt is an obstruction in your study. If you don't get any doubt and all that, your study will be like a smooth sailing, and you enjoy programming. By that, ultimately, you can achieve perfect command over Java, and you will become a proficient. And one more thing, you can choose your employer.